Well, for some reason, if you don't know what is going on, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama suspended the Chief Justice. And Ghana for Bibrina Nim. Now, just as Article 146 say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama suspended Chief Justice. And I said during the process, I was here setting up a committee of 5 people, including 2 judges. No more case ni so no more mu efa Chief Justice in some way day ababeto a petition anymore a person Chief Justice no. And so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama clearly followed the rules. Now committee now was set here and the list of the members of the committee at the Bremo. Justice Piaman, Mr Domelevo, among other people. Eka committee now committee members the NPP are worried about the committee members. Our motre say committee na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was set in the crano committee ni yenkrofobia omoye partisan na nipa kra wakasa asefwa. Now I am going to tell you the reason why and the asefwa also say a committee no partisan Vincent Asifwa. I'm going to show you the reason why. And then your first time as subscribing. Now quickly young concept so say partisan committee to probe petitions against Chief Justice reflective of Mahama's ill intentions Asifwa. I see the fact that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama I selected these people say Wamuntina committee ne sono. And nature says His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa adwempo boni bia opese wo didi etia Chief Justice no. Also the member of parliament for Old Tafo in the Ashanti region, called Vincent Asifwa Esquire, is of the view that the committee set up by the government to probe petitions presented against the Chief Justice is partisan and clearly reflects the intention of the president. Also, according to a statement he issued on April 22nd, 2025, 3 of the 5 members of the committee are persons whose political coloration is known and therefore not fit to provide an objective assessment of the petitions presented against the Chief Justice. Also, committee no nkrofo miensa nkrofo bi obeso treso mo NDC for nti san nkrofo miensa no eka se Chief Justice no won kwa de nkra wobekọ. Also, let's not feign ignorance. This is a calculated orchestration. Out of the 5-member committee appointed to investigate the Chief Justice, 3 carry visible partisan footprints. He said, listing Daniel Domelevo, Justice Gabriel Puaman, and Professor James Sefa Jisa as partisan persons. To Asifwa, the decision to suspend the Chief Justice just because she is believed to belong to another political leaning is worrying for the people of Ghana and must not be countenanced. I say, if one government can suspend a Chief Justice and install a politically sympathetic panel to oversee her fate, what will stop future governments from doing worse? What precedent are we setting for our children? He holds the view that this is not accountability, but rather vengeance being sought by the president. I say, we welcome accountability, but when accountability becomes selective, targeted, and politically motivated, it ceases to be justice. It becomes revenge. Today, it is a Chief Justice. Tomorrow, it could be an electoral commissioner, a journalist, or a civil servant who refuses to bow to partisan pressure. What we are witnessing is not a pursuit of truth. It is an attempt to weaken the judiciary and embolden executive overreach. Listen, the MPP shouldn't act like, oh, and they are a Chief Justice. Electoral commission. Yeah, I am saying it on today. The electoral commission is next, and we all know. Don't make it look like say you can see a Chief Justice na electoral commission so and no the electoral commission is next. So prepare. You see, I have constantly said, say NPP for yankrophobia de bia no mu say wo mu ye nipa say Ghana for. If someone would today complain about the empaneling of a committee to sit on a case, it shouldn't be Asifwa, it shouldn't be the MPP. Currently, Asefua is in court, and his lawyer is Godfrey Dame. Tio, Asefua is currently in court, and the lawyer is Godfrey Dame. Now, court now wamuakono, they want to stop His Excellency John Dramani Mahama from removing the Chief Justice. The judges at the case ne so no. Omo ye judges bia, a Chief Justice no, and empanel womu. And all of those judges are judges bia ye appointee omo under President Akufo-Addo. And all the judges sitting on the case no, allegedly no, they have political leaning towards the NPP. In fact, one of the judges, our tina case ne so krano, were clearly an MPP, former MPP chairman, as also ye former aspirant for the MPP. Today, this person is crying about composition of a committee and saying, say, ye den crofo miensa to so san crofo miensa ne de enim so mo ye NDC for. Sir, all of a sudden, and then the MPP for moon nim say, oh, committee members are professional bium. Edu momo so na mukwa kofa politically aligned people. Wamo ye aligned to the MPP. Na mo de omo tina cases, controversial cases, my way so dia. Ye beka mo beka train and say, oh, these people are professionals. They are judges, they are professionals. Or ye MPP ni de nanso obetumi aye adwuma no without say oh diama MPP. Asemo ade bia mo ka train no no. And that there, we see akwa kofa NDC for the omo ato committees. NDC for ni de sebe. Omo de omo ni nyansa, omo de omo betumi edi adwuma no fair. Omo ni nyansa omo betumi aye ade no professionally. Omo de omo betumi yen professionally won. The only reason why Mr Domelevo and they say yes, Mahama time and onya appointment as Auditor General. Until you have always labeled him as an NDC man, but you don't have any evidence to show say Mr. Daniel Domelevo or your NDC party party card bearing member. You don't have any evidence to that effect. You don't. And the reason why and the MPP force through say Mr. Daniel Domelevo eti case into Mashede Suno. Let me show you the reason why. The only reason why they are crying is because of this. In 2020, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his President Akufo-Addo back then, 2020, or foresee Mr. Domelevo say one could leave. Basically, no, or Pame Domelevo from Ejuma in 2020. Assembly Kokopie was Supreme Court. Say, Mr. Domelevo, I can't bear 1 year, now I call retirement. Now, so by force, President Akufo-Addo apameno. Inti Supreme Court say, Mumbre muna mumra metre say President Akufo-Addo ade awoye no entwa ye. Look at what the Supreme Court did. Supreme Court etwen ye for 3 years. Ade na Mr. Domelevo aka ne 1 year o. Na aka ne 1 year. Supreme Court said that train for 3 years. Now can 1 year no call retirement. Supreme Court said that train for 3 years and some of the ruling on that case. The ruling e ba area no. And omo say President Akufo-Addo aye bone say wo pass or sake Mr. Domelevo. Now so say 3 years aba. Nti technically no Mr. Domelevo sisiano we do retirement age. Nti to me san confirm them embabium. And the Supreme Court didn't give any consequential order. In the sense, adia President Akufo-Addo ye no bone Domelevo na nke ni kwan say okọ retirement na President Akufo-Addo apame no ma ne kọ retirement ti Akufo-Addo anya ade na so omo anka say yenye se na Akufo-Addo yentwe na so daabi de omo kan ya ne say the President Akufo-Addo ye no na entwa ye, and that ruling came in 2023. Meanwhile the case was in 2020. Na sa case no ni mo ma no mo case ne so ma men trel ma men bo mu din trel judges are no mo case ne so any Justice Professor Ni Ashikoti, Mariama Owusu, Avril Lawrence Johnson, Lovelace Johnson, Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu, Professor Joy Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, and Emmanuel Yonu Kulendi. Inti unim judges na etina sa case ni so no. Madam Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu, the current Chief Justice, the suspended Chief Justice, she was part of those judges. Case about 2020 delayed the case. I know Munim said Domelevo na kind of 1 year or because retirement delayed the case until when he went on retirement, and now you ruled in his favor Murole I want the favor and so no. Ya mo afa compensation bi anka ho mo anka se de Akufo do ye nti ye nkofa Domelevo mba because now he has gone on retirement. Inti omunim say there was a case like that against Domelevo. And then nipa won no so tena case ni so Madam Gertrude Saba Saki Tokonu. Inti ende say case aba na Gertrude Tokonu Chief Justice ni case. Na Domelevo nso betina case ni so de omunim say the Domelevo betia ne ka. Ade a wode ye Domelevo no e bia Domelevo nso be ni bi. Send you share the delay delay Domelevo. As to whether omo share down one share that we saw. In fact, we saw how they quickly dealt with the Afenyomakin case. And so you bet to me akasa omo share that. To take 3 years to deal with this case. Now Afenyomakin case in the Saturday na mo deal you know. And you bet to me akasa mo share that. Because mo mayati as I say case in the mo panka mo bet to me din intentem. Into omunim say Domelevo removal no. The Supreme Court ade a wo mo ye na enye some of the judges a judge no so ka ho Gertrude Tokonu. Inti say nne ono so ni case aba ne de Domelevo aba betena so dia wo munim say ye payback time. Inti utie nsem a wo kan wo say we welcome accountability, but when accountability becomes selective, targeted and politically motivated, it ceases to be justice. It becomes revenge. Into what you are saying, they are as a year revenge, because they know what the Chief Justice did to Mr. Domelevo. So mu feel say Mr. Domelevo so baba be revenge. Into no omo asheda omo asha asie esu. E wo case ni so no. I have an editorial today, and I'm going to say this is the third time I'm saying this. I have an editorial today on the NPP crying over Sa case way. What you say? I have an editorial today. The link to the channel, I made editorial, and the channel where I show my face, no, it's in the comment box. Click and then follow, subscribe it. Now click the notification bell on this. You'd want to wait for that. Montreal, what your comment box the moment I say.